Morning. Well, afternoon. We're back today with some more My Team. We're doing race 2 of the F1 23 calendar, and it's at the Jeddah circuit, which I've not actually raced in this game before. I properly. I've done one or two time trial events, but that's runs just to see how the car handled. But that was pretty much it. So we will have to see how we fare. Right, let's get the game loaded up. Hey, Iceni, how you doing? How's your Saturday going so far? Any beers in this stream? God no. I know I've got to go. I've got to go out later. I've got to do a bit of driving later. So sadly not today. But maybe soon. TM. This evening, a beer or two. In fact, I will pick up. In fact, I don't have any beers, so I will pick some beers up when I go out later on today. But right, let me switch over to the game. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, BR, how you doing? How's your day been so far? Right, let's go into the right menu. Dun, dun, dun. Let me know if it's Oh, bears. Sorry. Any bears in this stream? Sorry, from here I misread that as beers. But no bears in this stream either, I'm afraid. Don't want to get banned. I'm not sure bear. I mean, I don't know. F1 Bear Racing could be a team name, couldn't it? Bear Racing could be quite good. Let me know if the game volume's a bit loud. I don't know why it's really loud for me at the moment. I've turned it quite a long way down, but I don't know if it's just... I don't know if it's just the menus or what, but... So just finishing off the F1. A couple of drivers are risking slicks in the light rain. Ah, yes, as I say, it's free practice now, right? Like I say, I'll be stopping just shy of 3 or just before, depending on where we get to with the races and everything else. So I can go watch qualifying. But yeah, I saw that the session had some light rain coming down because it's just passed us through here, which I think has briefly cooled things down, and now it feels really muggy again. So it's not the most pleasant, but right, so that's all fine there. R&D, have we got any? We do have some points to spend. Right, let's have a look. How are BR? How are the Mercedes doing in? How are the Mercedes guys doing in FP3? Wing mirrors aerodynamics. That's in development. Okay, so what's the next one? Energy store cells positioning. Sure. And that's going to come in after Jeddah, before Oz. That's fine. And we've got enough to do the front wing adjuster bracket. Delightful. That's going to be after Jeddah as 2. That's fine. So Australia will have a couple of upgrades to come in. I think we've also got some upgrades cooking right now. We do. I don't know if they're going to come in time for Jeddah. I'll have to check on the thing. P5 Hamilton, P9 Hamilton. Okay. So a little bit better today. I mean, I know Mercedes would have been going away overnight, and yeah, probably a bit of panicking going on, to say the least. But yeah, they've obviously come back now, and getting. I mean, either they've done something to the cars, or Hamilton and Russell are just a bit better in the wet. But they need an opportunity to get on the podium, and it would be great. It'd be great to happen at Silverstone in front of a British crowd. But Hamilton, I mean, I do feel for him in some way. I mean, like, the thing is, it's the same with any F1 driver, really. And I've no doubt there's plenty of other team radios that we don't hear with people complaining as well. But I don't know. There's two parts to it. Like, he's certainly being much more vocal, especially over the last 2 years, obviously with the car underperforming from what he's used to. Which isn't great to hear from a driver. But at the same time, you're like, well, I guess how much more can he really do other than now just complain? You know, they've been telling the team that the car's not there, but, you know, it's unfortunate that because of the decisions that Mercedes took last season, that they had to kind of hold off so long on changing the chassis over to the one with side pods, away from the zero side pod concept. But I don't know. The thing is, it's the same with Ferrari as well. Like, I mean, all you're hearing these days is Ferrari and Mercedes drivers complaining about cars. Which, again, on the counterpoint, I guess you could say in years gone by when Mercedes were dominant, every other driver on the grid was complaining. So, what goes around comes around, maybe. But I don't know. I get, like, and I know that recently there's been a lot of people kind of saying, oh, you know, Hamilton shouldn't be speaking out about F1 in, you know, potentially introducing restrictions on teams to bring things closer and everything else. You know, and there's the Red Bull meme going round around Red Bull dominance. Yeah, so this was it. Investigate around Red Bull dominance. The thing that irks me is that Red Bull did say the same thing during the Mercedes dominance. Nothing happened with it, and nothing should happen this time around with Red Bull. It should be, the FIA should be looking at this holistically and saying, right, well, we can clearly see that the regulations are benefiting one team over another. We should try and even things out. And the thing is, though, that's what they did with the changes in 2022. But ultimately, there's always going to be, you know, hopefully, a team that, you know, is just able to, you know, take the technical advantage and, you know, bend the rules just enough within legal limits to bring something. I mean, again, you only have to look at, you know, Mercedes' DAS system. You know, again, a very clever technical solution within the rules at the time, but again was then banned to, you know, prevent other teams from, you know, developing systems alongside that and bring things back in line. I don't have any issue with the FIA as a whole looking at all the teams and saying, right, some restrictions here would help bring things more in line because we want closer racing rather than one team jumping off. And I get that. It's also difficult because it's hypocritical of them to then come in now and do something like that and potentially limit Red Bull's impact in the sport at this period of time, considering how long, as you say, Mercedes were dominant for. You know, eight constructors championships. Yeah. I guess ultimately it depends where they want the sport to go, because either they want to promote closer racing, in which case they need to apply restrictions across all teams, or they need to accept the fact that they're going to get some teams that understand and benefit from the technical rule set changes every couple of years better than others, and that will be impacted somewhat by resourcing and staff and budget. And they've curbed the budget spend a bit by the cost cap, but again, even that isn't necessarily wholeheartedly a foolproof method as seen from last year and the year before. But again, there's a massive risk of introducing far too much legislation into the sport that then ultimately stops it from being a sport and very much just being a set of processes that ends up with someone being crowned a Grand Prix winner on a Sunday and taking the love and enjoyment out of it. But I mean, I think that's probably why they're often so careful and it's seen as a more delayed reaction when changes do come about, because they're having to weigh up not only the impact on a given team, but the other 9 teams on the grid, and also what that does for the sport across the calendar. But yeah, not a job I'd want, for sure. Right, should I upgrade it? Should I try and get a factory upgrade going, maybe? I've got a bit of cash. We could reduce build time, which would be quite good. That would be all of our money. Maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll try and get some more winnings in place, and then we'll go forward on that.
It looks like you've had a meeting request from one of our departments. As the boss, departments will often reach out to you for advice on how to handle the various ongoings of your team.
Exciting.
These events can range from everything from organising charity events to dealing with driver matters. How you decide to handle these will have an impact not only on our resources, but how the press perceives us.
So we got Jackson's been really hitting their stride in the simulator recently. While they're in the zone, where should we get them to focus a little bit? Okay, cool. So we could go for pace or awareness. I mean, I don't think their awareness was a bad stat. I can't actually remember. It'd be useful if you could see their stats up here. Let's go for pace.
I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
And that's while we're here, let's just go and quickly check on our go check on our friend Jackson. So, oh yeah, see, awareness is good. Up into the 80s, and that pace improvement will definitely help. So actually, he's got a really good rating, has old Aiden Jackson. With the boost that we've got in place at the moment, he's got a 93 rating. That's barmy. Considering that, you know, you've got the likes of Michael Schumacher, a legend of the sport, rated 95, and Lewis Hamilton only 93. So we're basically saying Aiden Jackson is better than Lewis Hamilton. That's what the game's saying. I'm not saying that yet. Obviously, if he wins the next Grand Prix, I'll happily say that. But driver perks. Do I actually have any? I could give some. I completely. I think driver perks were in the last game, but I kind of completely missed them. Driver claim boost 10%. Engine wear will be reduced by 10%. Resource point. I mean, that would be great. Yes, please. In fact, can we do both? Because we've got some money to spend. In fact, we should do all of them, right? Why not? That'd be lovely. And we can't get any more until we get a claim level 8. Cool. And then, lovely. Hey, Haxo! With the Pickle Force car behind him, I'm sure Aiden will be better than Mercedes. It's a headline there if ever I heard it. How you doing, Haxo? How's your F1 going? Or been going? Have you had much chance to dip into it lately? Let's carry on watching. I went for a midfielder entry this time around, rather than starting right at the back and suffering. I'm definitely enjoying it a bit more. I've only done the one race in Bahrain, but started 8th on the grid and ended up 3rd, which was a really good result, so quite happy about that. Average speed sign shoes, yeah. Haven't really had a chance to play, and as you know, and I tried mine. Yeah. So stupid. Like, again, another thing we've lost from the games, you know, the era of games gone by where everything was installed on disk. Didn't need to validate or play it, activate it online just to be able to play it. Just pop the CD into the CD drive and away you went. Really dumb. Really dumb. I don't know if it just has to be done on like a first activation as such to put it into like an offline mode. Once you've done it once, it will then work. I think I've had to do that with some other games, and to be fair, again, touch wood, been lucky that I haven't had to really test offline play too much, but it's super dumb. You know, pay all that money for the games themselves, download it, and then to be told, oh, you can't boot this game to play it offline because you need to be online to validate offline. Yeah. Yeah, as you say, unless you know you're going offline. I mean, and this is it, right? And like to me, it feels like maybe as part of the game's initial startup, on like first play of installation, it should run through that offline check, boot in offline mode, then switch to online mode afterwards, or something like that. Because, as you say, like unless you know you're going to be offline for a while, and then have the time to go into the games, run them in offline mode to make sure it's all working, tis a bit dumb. Right, we've got to do 98 miles per hour is gold, 95 silver, 90 bronze. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh God, let's put it into... I don't need to go into that, do I? I need to just go into cockpit near Astral. Oh, it's going to be horrific in a car that doesn't have F1 brakes. Oh, the back end's everywhere. Okay, it was there. Well, 97, considering I was... so I've only got to do one turn. Right, okay, I can definitely get gold then. We're not far off. Try again. I did try Project Cars 2, Assetto Corsa, but the wheel wasn't configured correctly, and I just couldn't look it up online. Oh, God. That sucks. I think I've only got a... Well, I had a... No, I have got a wheel set up for... I think Assetto Corsa GT3 cars for the Fanatec wheel. It seems to work quite well. I'll see if I can dig that out and share it with you somehow. Yeah, just about made it before binning it in the wall. I think that was 98 or 99. 98.9. Cool, that'll do. Oh, we're doing another one. Fine, yeah, of course. It's best of 3, isn't it? Oh, the tyres are screeching. Maybe I should have done the drift one. I don't think I got 99 on that. I think it was just shy. It was probably 98. Is it going to show me what I got in the last run? I bounced off the walls on this one and still managed gold. Yes! Well done, Acto. It's the way to go. I was bouncing off the wall. I've only done like 3 or 4 laps in time trial on Jeddah in this game. I haven't done it since last game. Yeah, 98.88. Fine. Not bad. But yeah, you can carry an awful lot of speed if you use the barriers as bumpers. It's all good. Just mustn't do that in the race. Damage is on. Right, how are we looking then? We are good on most things. I think most of the R&D is going to come in after this race. Yeah, so we're going to be in a good position for Australia. Again, like initial pace of the car was good. We went with a Mercedes engine, so overall reliability is good. Top speed is down a tad, but aero was good. So we'll see how we hold up here. We're gonna we might lose out a little bit to straight line speed, but we'll see. We'll see how far off the pace we are. Go from that. Race is looking dry by the looks of things. That's all right. Yeah. I mean, that's a bit deceptive, isn't it? Like, when you look at weather and it's just showing a moon. The moon is not weather as such. Not in terms of what we're looking for. I guess it's just showing that it's going to be at night. But maybe it just, like, dry or wet would be nicer? I don't know. Right, let's go to the track. Let's do some of the practice programs, and then I think we can probably skip through into quality. As per usual. Right. Fault. Ah. This bodes well for the whole weekend, really, doesn't it? there's an electrical fault
Okay, we seem
already.
to be having a few software issues at the moment. Sit tight for a few minutes while we reboot some things, okay?
Have you tried turning it on and off again? Amazing. We'll leave it on the balance setup. So I did save a setup from time trial, but I think on I think in Bahrain I just used the recommended default setup. So maybe we'll just do that for this first year of my team, and then we'll get serious afterwards. Is it plugged in? Yeah, exactly. Has someone plugged it in? Is the steering wheel on? Has someone given Kimmy the gloves? That's the most important thing. Right, who's out on track at the moment? Quite a lot of people, actually. I say quite a lot. Albon and Bottas are the only two out. Is that Bottas behind him? It is. All right, let's while we wait, we'll see how these guys do for their outlap. Actually, so I managed to accidentally unplug my wheel when I was racing the other day. Because I have it kind of nestled, it's clamped to my desk, and I have the power cable or the USB connector cable going out one side, and it has that little I forget there's a name for it because it's actually doing a job. It's not a transformer. It's is it a capacitor on the ring out? I can't remember. On the cable out? I can't remember. But yeah, I have that. It's the perfect distance of length of cable to sit with my wrist rest. My squidgy wrist rest in between that and the base of the wheelbase, and it holds everything together, and it stops it from disappearing under my desk if I'm moving the wheel about, which is quite useful. But I think I must have got the wrist rest in not quite the right position, and it just unplugged the cable partway through a corner. It's great. Sometimes. Yeah. Fortunately, somehow it managed to avoid the wall, and the AI took over, and it managed not to bin it whilst I reconnected it. Yeah, true. At least it didn't come out from the BCP. Oh, dear God. I'm so paranoid about that now that I'm like constantly checking. Like, in fact, if I leave my wheel plugged into my desk, I'll often leave the power and the USB connection cable in, but I'll unplug the pedal connector just so I don't accidentally like pull it or something. Yeah, nightmare. Still, at least yours had a positive outcome with them replacing it, which is good. How's Albon looking? So 36.2 in Sector 1. Let's compare that to Bottas, who's on the softs. Where's Bottas? Oh, no, it's Magnussen. Where's Bottas gone? Oh, what? Bottas comes straight in. Did he bin it or something? Weird. Okay. Claire's out now, as is Sargent on the hards. Let's see where Albon finishes on the mediums. Be good to know. 200 miles through the speed trap. Yeah, glad to know. Yeah, no, two right. And he's going to come across the line for a 1:36. Yeah, okay. Not particularly quick. Like a decent lap for me round here would be, I guess, between a 1:29 and a 1:31. Less than that, great. More than that, meh. But we'll see how the car performs. Is anyone actually on a flying lap now? Magnussen is on the softs, as is Yuki on the medium. Okay, so actually I'll just watch these two because it'd be interesting to see where they compare. Just be good to see. I've noticed I'd said I've done 1 or 2 laps on time trial here, but the curb, they've changed the curb design in a couple of sectors this year, whereas last year you could get up on top of the curb because they were quite flat. This year there's lots of curbs that are quite high and rounded, so you can maybe just about sit on maybe the inside edge of the curb, but you can't get up on top of it. You'll either bottom out the car or it'll send you off in a different direction once the wheel gets on top of it, which isn't great, but it does mean you've got to be so precise and careful with speed going through these corners, which was already a danger with the high walled sides and the speeds you could take around this track, but we'll see. So Magnussen definitely up on Albon at the moment. How's Yuki doing? Yuki similar kind of times actually on the medium. So Yuki finding time compared to Magnussen. Piastri's out now as well. Albon had a 30.6 and 29.3. And Yuki's you know what? He's not gained as much as I kind of thought he would. So he's slower in sector 3. Only a tenth up, less than a tenth up on sector 2. Magnussen, yeah, still quite high up. So we'll have to see how things go for us then. Okay, let's do a track acclimatization then and see where we go. We're out on the hard, so we're not going to be aiming for much more than a 136-ish area, I guess. Just check the cameras in. We've got a bit of traffic, so I'll have to navigate round here.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible.
Bye,
Best of
Russell.
luck out there.
Oh god, that was very late on the brakes. Ah! Okay. Let's try it again. It's hit just before the 100-meter board. Exactly, never happened. There it is. You can just touch the inside of that curb to start with, and then not that one. It's all right. A little early on the brakes there.
Okay, DRS zone coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
You can just about touch the inside of that curve as well. Definitely can't get up on top of it. Unless death. That's death. God, they're all over the place here. Oh! Wall. Damn it. I reckon we can still make it across the line. Target was a 30-80. Okay, let's run it back. Whew. Yeah, just a flesh wound. Everything's fine. Actually, I bet that's not quite in line with it. Let's go from that. To be fair, I think it was just the gate that I missed. On the back straight that probably stopped me from getting that 4 point. Yeah, so you can't go. Or as you get up on that curve, I might need to go. Oh Christ! Thanks, Russell. Might need to go and get the wing replaced to get more points, but we'll see. It's quite downforce dependent, especially in the front. This track, so we might have to dive in. Yeah, because I can't turn the car Let's go back to the garage and get a new front wing on. But that's not too bad. I think that'll be all right. Ultimately, what was the track time for that? 1:35.7. So that's fine, and that's on the hards
Car
as
repairs
well.
have set us back a little.
That's fine. So where did we actually get to with that? So that's fine. Let's have a look at race strategy next. Once we just accelerate time. Yeah, see what the pace is like on a medium tire, and then we'll try a quali pace. But otherwise, don't feel too bad about this track.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Okie dokie. See what we can do. Only got 14 minutes of the session left. A little bit lethargic into turn 1, but it's okay for now. They can just touch that front bit, but then it's raised, and then you definitely can't. And you've got to just wind it around there. You can touch the inside curve there and then roll up. That's fine. I'm sure if you know exactly where to hit the curbs, you can probably take a bit more of them, but I don't want to do the underfloor any damage. Or end up in the wall. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh, a bit late on the shift, but actually, maybe 6th gear is the gear to go through there. We'll turn in a little bit sooner, but fuel load like, yeah, okay, it wouldn't. Oh, massively out. Wasn't paying attention. Was looking at all the different timing bits rather than what I should have been looking at. Let's just go through there. Right, so we did a 1:32.9, so we're well inside. Oh, brake far too early for that one. Ooh, almost pinned it. So you can actually float out a little wide there and then bring it back in. Just need to make sure I don't go too wide there and then I don't get out here because you don't want to straddle that or that one. Don't know how that wasn't track limits, but never mind. I need to try and make this corner better. Hold 7th gear. Right before the corner, turn in, there we go. Maybe a little bit much though. Can probably pick up a bit more time. Make a bit of time up here, a bit of DRS and ERS. I remember there was a scenario mode on... Oh, quick inside wall, straddle the curb, everything's fine. There was a scenario mode on F1 22 where you were in a Ferrari and you had to overtake. And I remember making an awesome overtake going into that corner. I think it was on the Sainz. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda. Bloody hell. Wing. And, oh yeah, I was on the inside of that corner. Terrifying, but just about held onto it. There we go, that's better. Right. I'd rather stay tight on the inside than on the outside. Don't put your foot down too early as well. Right. It's not a great time, but it will be enough for the target laps. That's fine. We'll get the points. It's heavy, yeah, broken it needed to be, but Just about saved the slide. There it is. Okay. Oh, okay, can't run over that bit of curb. I was wondering. Never mind. We'll see how fast we can do in this, and then we'll come back for another one. Oh, stay away from the wall. It's so... there's something that the wall's pulling you in all the time around this track. But it does not want to be your friend. It just wants to piece the car off. Better. There we go. Hey, Demon. How you doing? How's your morning been so far? Well, the gearbox is not going to like me after this race. No, it's not. It's 20% already. Somebody up here, please don't block me into this cut. No, it's fine, we're far enough ahead. Okay, well, maybe fifth is the gear to go down then, and I can just pull a bit more back. Right, who's this, and are they going to get in my way? Oh, it's our teammate. Jackson, stay out of my way. Good, Jackson. Right, it's not going to be a world record time for sure, but it's getting closer. Well, I say world record time. Getting me closer to the front of this AI-driven field. Right, do one more decent lap and we'll get our max points. Oh, yeah, okay, we can hold it there as long as we're careful on the exit. I reckon I can probably hold 6th gear until there, and then 5th, and then bring it up on the curb. We're alright. And then power down. Lovely. Just starting at work, so I just wanted to pop in and say hi. No worries at all, Demon. I hope you have a good day at work. Hope your arrivals all turn up on time. And we'll catch you later, hopefully. Time's good to complete the objective. That's alright. Whoa! Started turning out a bit too soon and the wall was growing ever closer, but I think we'll still be...
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run.
Feels decent based on the car so far.
Take you through the numbers.
I mean, I guess that's the thing to remember is that as well that this car is a midfielder car. It's not supposed to be a championship contender just yet. So it's probably still performance that we could eke out of the car as well. But what's the expected fuel burn? So we're just under the curve, which is good. Tyre life is pretty much spot on. So we were down to about... So we'd used about 25% by lap 5. On mediums, okay, so it means the softs are going to burn through. Excuse me, really quickly then. Jeez. Race fuel load 35.79 kilograms. Okay, good to know. How does that look in terms of race rate? Okay, completely knocked that one out of the park, so that's fine. We'll do a quali pace then, if we've got just enough time for it. And potentially we can skip through the rest and go on to quali in the actual race. I don't feel like we need too much more. I'd rather just get into the race and learn as we go.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
So the tyre starts at 5%. Let's see how we go. Ooh, a little brave into turn 1. Grip on these softs definitely saved us there, though. Oh, a little wide there. Yeah, let's run that back. We've got going to be close. I probably could have been a bit braver on the turn in, but we were taking quite a bit of speed, so let's just run it round here. That's better. Ah! Whoa! Just held it, okay. Definitely need to shift from 6th to 5th around there, for me at least. But can definitely brake late into that corner, which is good. We're definitely up on the time they're recommending at the moment. Which is a 1:32.5, which we've already done on the mediums, I think. So I hope the time's in... oh, Christ. I've completely... need to pay attention. Anyway. We've already done that time on the mediums in the practice program, so I hope the cars are quicker in the actual qualifying. Definitely didn't hit the corner right there, but no matter... Ah! All came out of nowhere. Everything's fine. Who's this in front of me, so know that. No! Blocked me in the last bit. And now I'm bottoming out on the gears, never mind. Well, it wasn't fantastic, but it will be enough to do what they need for the objectives, but... see what everyone else's times were. Although, was that the fastest? It sounds like it was. For that session, because we've come up to the end of it. So who was the next near? Oh god, they were a long way off. I might need to up the AI on this then.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Where did Aiden come? So Aiden was running on hards, which is fine. It was 1:35 too, so he's faster than us on the hards actually. So that's fine. Christ, okay, well we'll move across the practice sessions then just to get our max number of points, and then we'll see what we can do in quali in the race then, I guess. Try not to make any mistakes. I was really pleased last race in Bahrain. I'm not so fussed about using flashbacks in practice sessions, but I'm keen this career mode through to try and not to need to use flashbacks. Unless absolutely necessary, unless it's a complete write-off, and not Monaco. But we didn't need any in Bahrain, which was great for the actual race. The AI played ball, and everything worked out, which was nice. Let's see, get a cheeky 25% success rate. No. Of course you can't. Okay, well that's fine. We've only got one more practice objective to do to get max points. So we'll do that in practice 3. Go on to quali and the race and see how we go. Woohoo! Okay. Nice number of resource points. Cool. Team acclaim is good. Driver acclaim up to 3 and 10 on Aiden. Lovely. All right. Well, let's hope at night it doesn't change the track too much for me to get around it. Turn 22, you can catch a driver off guard. So make sure not to push too hard at the beginning of Sector 3. God, there are quite a few turns here, aren't there? It's going to be a long race, but try and have fun out there. It does make me laugh, some of the things they say. See if we got anything we can purchase. We can, and that's going to be after Australia. Before Baku, sure. Let's get that going. How's everything looking? 24% on the ICE, 9% on the MGK, 15 on the MGUH, 9 on the Energy Store, 15 on the Turbo, 5 on the Control Electronics, and Gearbox 24%. It's not horrific. I mean, it is horrific considering we've only got 4 of those to use within the restrictions, and this is before race 2. But we'll see. Let's change anything there. That's all good there. Let's go for it. A little deep into one, but I'm sure there's too many problems. Ah, wide there. That's fine. We'll leave it alone. See what happens. Christ. Car's twitchy, but of course the car's a lot lighter now. Somehow we're still in first place. Verstappen now just ahead. That's fine. Oh, the grip on these tyres saved us there for sure. Yeah, this is where the top straight line speed, we're going to struggle a little bit to keep up with everyone. Oh, massively outbraked ourselves there into final corner, but that's fine. I think we're going to finish in the top 10 maybe. We can hold it to the line. Right, it's not horrific, but we're definitely probably a second faster than that if we pick everything up properly, which I think in this car is not too bad and would bring us to a 130 something.
Qualifying finished, it's time to
hey,
remind ourselves
Aiden out-qualified us. Good for him. So that's good. That proves that there's some
Leclerc
decent pace in the car.
Well, that wraps up qualifying,
So we've got
but
Verstappen,
don't worry, we'll be
Leclerc,
back
Russell,
tomorrow.
Sainz, Hamilton,
Headed to the
Perez,
Grand Prix.
Alonso, Jackson, Ocon, myself, and we've got just outside that we've got Norris, Bottas, Stroll, Piastri, Gasly, Joe, and Tsunoda, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Priest. Cool. Okay. Lovely. All right. Well, I'm happy with that. I mean, we didn't bin it, so that's all right. And we'll have to see what we can do in the race to overtake our teammate. We finished third last time round. Verstappen finished first and Sainz was second. So, again, points-wise, it would be great to... I mean, we're third in the constructors at the moment, jointly tied with Aston Martin and Mercedes. So it'd be great to pick up some more points and distinguish ourselves away from them. If we could get up to the podium today, that would be great. But I feel like the top line speed is probably going to hamper us a little bit, and just need to make sure that the stays clean in the race, no damage. To see, turn 1 could be. I just need to, if we can get away cleanly at the start and make it around turn 1 and 2, we'll be all right. And providing I don't get too friendly with the curbs. But, you know, baby steps, baby steps. Oh, I don't know what it is, but I can smell some food being cooked downstairs. It smells great. I think it's sausages. Delicious.
Welcome to one of the fastest races in the entire calendar, and while it's one of the newer races on the F1 World Tour, it's already staked its reputation as a fan favourite.
I do like Jeddah.
And it's the Saudi Arabian
I hated
Grand Prix.
it the first year it came in,
So
which I think was
let's take a
what,
look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit.
2021?
As you can see,
I just couldn't get to grips with it. But in last year's game, I really found a rhythm with it.
From their time spent in practice this weekend.
I think I preferred the layout last year, or the feeling of the curbs last year compared to
Let's hope we avoid any safety cars
this
today.
year. But let's move
Off the
through.
back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting
Let's
grid
just
looks
review
like
the
for
top
today's
part of the
race.
grid.
World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Jackson, Ocon, the Flying Finn, Norris, Bottas, Anthony...
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they...
Oh yes, right.
After the
Before we go into this, I want to see what is everyone starting on at the moment. So it reckons everyone's starting on the softs, other than Yuki Tsunoda on the mediums. I'm tempted to take a bit of a gamble and start on the mediums and move to the softs at the end. Because I'm concerned that these tyres are not going to last very long. But
points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
so the mediums, according to that, do have a fairly decent lifespan. They reckon they'll do 10 laps. And then the softs, I mean, the softs are going to struggle, but they'll struggle less with less fuel load in the... Well, will they? I don't know. I'll probably be pushing harder with less fuel in the car. Let's see. In which case, let's edit this. Let's go for it. Let's take a risk. Right. So it reckons I can be doing like a 1:30 lap time, or 1:30, yeah, 1:35 lap time probably. And then as you start here, you should be getting close to the 1:28 lap times, probably 1:29s. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Fuel wise, it was 35.79, I think. So it reckons you'll actually gain the time back. Could be interesting. Could we take a risk on the fuel as well? I should be underneath it, but I'll be so annoyed if I end up running out of fuel. Screw it, let's play it safe. Let's go a couple clicks above, just to be safe. I think we'll be alright, but let's be safe. Right, formation lap. Warm the tyres up.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down.
Copy that.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
Good. Definitely don't want rain here. Be a nightmare. Got to stay away from the walls. Please don't clip the walls. I'd like my front wing intact, please. According to the tyre graphs, I think they were aiming for basically saying that after lap 5, the softs will have reached their peak kind of performance. And at that point, that's where I should have between 3 and 5 laps to kind of make a dent in. But I don't know, I reckon as long as I can maintain position on lap 1, I reckon as long as I can stay close and use DRS, I reckon I can probably go tad easier on my tyres to start with and try and take them as long as possible. Obviously, if there's a safety car, I think we'll stay out for track position to start with, and then potentially move to softs later on. Or, I guess, if there is a safety car, more than one safety car, we could look at... Go straight me, nurse. Front's a little cold. Ah, just outside the box.
Okay, that's not an ideal placement in your grid slot.
Yes,
You're going to
yes,
need a
Mark.
good launch at the race
We'll
start.
have a good launch, it'll be fine.
Keep
But yeah,
an eye on
if
the
not,
lights. The start
we'll
sequence will
have
begin
to
as soon.
see. Ooh, okay. Let's get away nicely. It's a good start. Oh, we're surrounded by cars and Russell's blocking us off there. We're going to go down the inside of our teammate. Oh, just about held it. Oh, he's fighting us back. Oh, God. All sorts of argy-bargy at the front, but we've made a place. Oh, I got cut off there by Jackson and Russell, but... Yeah, I know. Oh, Christ, I have to go wide here. Not the ideal start.
Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to
Yeah,
go and
I
check
think
it
we're
out.
going to have to go for it. I think it's going to be onto hard straight away, pretty much.
Copy.
Who's up my inside there? Please don't be there. Alonso, blooming heck. Christ, is that front wing damage really slowing us down that much? Just can't keep pace with him. Hi, Catlins, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Where's Albon going? Couldn't really slow the car down. Ah, we're going to lose the place out to who's this? The Haas. You kind of need to get in the pits though, my friend. Right. Onto the hards. Let's see what happens.
Okay, off we go.
If
Back
there's a
into the
safety
race.
car-
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
We'll be alright. Just remember, tyres are cold. First couple of corners are going to be a shocker.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Will do, Mark. Just give us a sec. 21 seconds ahead. Let's see what we can do. They're running 133s. Just inside the 133s. See what we can do. Okay, we can definitely take time out of them in the final
DRS
sector,
will be
which is
enabled
good.
this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, a little wide there. Okay, keeping it neat and tidy through there. Good speed through the corners. Saves us time as well, so we can definitely catch them by the time they come up to their pit stops, or take a lot out of them before they get to their pit stops to put us up into some points, I think. But we're just going to have to see how long these hards can last before we'll have to swap in. It does mean potentially we'll be on some softs right at the end of the race if we do make a pit stop. Because we probably could take these all the way to the end. There'd be nothing left, but let's see. Fuel is good. Over 2 seconds down. Leader's pace, so let's try and pick things up a bit. Whoa, but somehow we've managed to not take any damage.
Need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
You think so, Mark? I don't know how we didn't take front wing on that. Never mind. .15.9. I'll go back to the next one. Okay, we're making good inroads. Actually, ERS recovery is really high around here. I forget just how strong this track is for energy recovery.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 28.3 seconds.
We'll ask about Jackson position-wise. Ooh, wide there. On the next big straight. Away from the There we go. Teammate status. I don't think the voice commands are working for some reason. Sort it on the back straight. Well, we had the fastest sector 1 there, apparently.
Didn't receive that. Repeat the message. Repeat the message.
Yeah, we'll do in a minute mark. Christ, we are absolutely demolishing time off the back markers now. Oh, that's better. Yeah, sector 2 was slow because I was trying to fiddle with
We're currently trailing our teammate by 26.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're 8th. Time last lap was a 1:37.2.
Oh, well, that's fine. They've held position. That's the most important thing. Ah, I'm turning in too soon on that corner, not getting the angle right. This, though, feels lovely and flowy when get the gearing right for it. I think these tyres will go to the end, you know. They're going to be struggling towards the end of it. But maybe I do need to consider that as an option. To try and make maximum positions. If there's not going to be a safety car, then I think we'll have to go as long as we can. Hope for the best. We're just going to lose so much time to the cars behind, though, when they swap from softs to mediums. Don't hit the walls. They're only 10 seconds away now. Right, let's just make sure we're ready if there was a safety car for
Okay,
softs.
so the gap to the car ahead, 10.7 seconds.
Almost. Needs a bit more turn in. It's strange, actually. The field really hasn't split out that much. The front pack, yeah, sure, but I mean they're only what, maybe 5-6 seconds up the road. The midfield is very tight here, which is good because it means we should, in theory, be able to make up quite a few positions under pit stops, but potentially gives us another opportunity if we were going to stop again. We're only 8 seconds off the back of the pack now. Oh yes, that was better. That was 5th gear as well. A little high on the revs on the outside, but that's fine. This could be one of these races where really it's just highlighting, actually, for the right tracks, how good the hard tyres actually are. Just thinking whether or not these the mediums that I would have been on, or that I was on at the start of the race, whether or not they'd have actually held up all right or not. Right, I need to start easing back a little bit, throttle, because I can feel the back end of the car slipping a little bit. We don't want to do anything silly. We're kind of reaching that danger zone where if I'm going to pit with them, I need to make a decision fairly soon. Oh, someone's hit the wall. That's debris on the track. No virtual safety car or something for that? Could have popped the tyre. Four and a half seconds off. I'm going to get one chance to see what their pace is like, I think, on one lap, as to whether or not I should stay out. Right, here we are. Cars are pitting. They're going onto the mediums. See, I think the mediums are going to struggle so much more. Okay, out ahead of Ocon. Well, let's see if I can move away from Ocon, especially on their out lap. Then there's still an option to potentially come in and
The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car
and pit again.
Mediums high now.
And just try and make up some places after everyone's completed pit stops. But I do need to be able to pull away from them if this is going to work, because the mediums, I reckon, are going to fall off quite heavily in the last couple of laps. If I can be on fresher tyres before then, and be catching them, then I'll be alright. But Ocon's definitely catching me at the moment on those new tyres. And he'll have had DRS, which wouldn't have helped me. He's right on my backside now. Use a bit of DRS to defend. Make him do the work. Alright, Aiden's in the pits.
Aiden's coming in for his stop now.
We'll have DRS though to attack back. Whoa. Yeah. Help my teammate a little bit. Protect his 8th place. Ocon is all over my rear.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
We're going to get eaten up now, I think, on these tyres, annoyingly. The lift right off there because of the cut. So we can hold this. Oh, this is going to be nasty into this corner.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Oh! Alonso almost taking our front wing off. Right, I think we're going to have to box. I might try and stick with these guys for one more lap though. I just want to try and give myself as much of an advantage on softs as possible. Oh god, not with that though. We are going to have to flash back for that. Never mind. Let's do one more lap if we can then. Have the leaders even pitted? That curb must have just lifted me up enough to be outside of the white lines because I thought I was straddling it a bit more to the centre than I probably was, but never mind. Norris is going to be attacking hard here. Push down. See if we can gain on Alonso and Ocon in this last sector. Still wonder if it's perhaps worth doing one more lap.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, let's do one more. Where's the yellow flag?
Gap to your teammate ahead is 1.9 seconds.
You know what? I'm going to stay out. I'm going to lose too many. I'm going to be right at the back of the field again if I come out now on softs. And even with softs, I'm going to rag through them far too quickly. If I can fend off Norris and stay in DRS range of Ocon, we might just get pulled along enough to, again, 2 points is better than no points. And currently Aiden's in 6th, so it's a good score for the team. A safety car, we will dive in for softs. I think let's just do that. It means I'm going to have to really watch these tyres towards the end because they are going to be screaming. Just got to be really careful out of the traction zones. Use second gear for turn 1 now. Stay off that curb. Oh. Damn it, right, okay. I'm gonna try and get back in front of Norris. So annoying now those curbs are so high when the car gets up on top of it. There's just nothing you can do. Mainly because the wheels aren't touching the ground anymore, but 3-second penalty as well. We need to try and make inroads on getting away from people to try and secure that. Currently Bottas is 5 and a bit seconds behind, so we're good there. Right, say DRS. Let's just try and get past Norris with DRS on the back straight. Really don't want to let use a little bit here just to try and bring ourselves up alongside him.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
That was better. And we held on to DRS, which is great. So, because we need that to try and get us closer to Ocon, because we're not going to have it now. Second gear now, turn 1. Bit of ERS though, might move us a bit closer.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
Don't worry! Hardly got any grip mark. Oh, I wonder what that sound was, but it's the speakers in the grandstands, I think, as you go by. They're just playing out some ambient sounds. Right, Norris is going to have a go here. No, he's not. He's too far back. Good.
Green flag and gap to the car in front.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a yellow flag
1.6
mark. So
seconds.
what's going on? This sector that we're coming up to now, what's happening? Ah, Albon's out, gone. Safety car? Right. Oh, he stopped miles back. That's got to be a safety car. He's on the track. Alonso and Ocon fighting is really good for us because Aiden is keeping his advantage ahead. I'm getting a little bit closer. Gonna go off there. Had to lift. Probably should have got a warning for that, but it's knocked us back a little bit, that mistake, so let's try and push down again onto the back of Alonso. We're absolutely fine to Bottas behind Norris, so we're not going to lose out to anyone else in this train as such because of our penalty, which is what it is. I don't think we're going to have enough pace in these tyres to
Okay, gap ahead is 1.8
pull away from Norris,
seconds.
unfortunately, but right, so what happened to Hamilton down in 11th now, coming at a blistering speed on new softs, or on softs rather. Almost binned it there, but that's it. That's better. Christ, okay, Hamilton could be a bit of a threat here at the end. The pace that he's making at the moment. But Ocon has dropped back a bit from Alonso. Don't know if it was contact or a mistake. Get on back onto the back of him. We are starting to eke out a little ways from Norris. If we can get out of DRS from him, that'll be a godsend. Gearbox is going to hate me for it, but we've got to do it. Yeah, 30% wear. Pretty much used up all our ERS. This is going to be it, I think.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I'm just somewhat hoping that all these medium runner tyres are going to be disappearing now as well, right at the end. Perhaps just give me a little bit more as the hard tyre perhaps just comes back a little bit, maybe. In this last phase, perhaps. They have lost time ahead, so almost within DRS on Ocon. I'm not going to get there in time, I don't think, but I will for the back straight. And the start finish maybe, if I can just get in within that. I think I'm going to be just outside, that's annoying. We have got away from Norris though. If we can, I don't know if we can quite double that time and preserve our 9th place with that 3-second penalty. Let's see. Hamilton is coming. It's going great guns. I think we'll be just safe from him. I think Norris, unless we can pull an absolute stunner of a lap on this last lap here now, we're going to finish in P10, but...
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form.
I think the tyres have gone. All the fighting as well will not have helped these two.
One lap of fuel remaining.
Okay, not too bad there. Right, Norris is 2 seconds back. If we can somehow pull out another second, this might help. We might be able to get past Ocon here, which in turn will add to that buffer. I'm surprised there's not been a safety car this race, especially with Albon going out. And we take Albon into the final corner. It's going to be tight because he's got DRS as well. Oh, I think we're not going to have enough time on Norris, unfortunately. Very late. Oh, it's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going to miss a gear, which isn't going to help us, but we're just going to miss out. We're, I think, about 3.5 tenths off clearing that 3-second penalty from Norris. But hey, P10 will take that, and good points with Aiden scoring early on. We got driver of the day, so I'll take that. Considering we came from the back, 10th to the back with a 20-second gap, and then drove to the end. I don't know, when did we pit? Was it lap 2? 3?
Well, Anthony,
have to check.
a resounding victory
Oh.
today, but what set
Alright, well that's a shame, because I think we could have had an interesting strategy plan perhaps with the mediums. Although I feel like with how much Alonso and Ocon dropped off there at the end, we wouldn't have gained that much, and we'd have then been pushing harder on the softs, which would have probably worn those through at the end. But never mind. Let's see what the how the strap handled.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table.
I tell you what, actually, I think I think we're going to be 1 point behind Mercedes now.
To give it to the Flying Finn. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive.
But saying that, I think we're going to be ahead of. Yeah, I think we're going to be ahead of.
Further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. There was
I think we're going to be ahead of Aston Martin. So I'm in 4th in the drivers, so 5th in the drivers. Aiden Jackson now coming up to 9th, which is great. Strong showing there, and then in the constructors, yeah. So we're 1 point behind Mercedes, which is good at this point in the season. If we can be, I mean, ultimately, if we could finish 4th overall as I guess in the first season as part of the midfield pack, that's a really good showing. If we can be pushing into the top 3 slots in the constructors in the first year, that'll be great. But yeah, Aston Martin then a couple points behind us there, and we're well clear of McLaren at the moment, so that's good. Right, what happened in terms of pit stops? I had a front wing change and that, and it was on lap 1. Christ, okay, we did 17 laps then on the hard tyre. Not bad. Magnussen, interesting, he had to change his front wing as well. So that must have been the damage that we saw on track just after the heavy braking zone turning left. Anyone else? So it's interesting to see. So see, I didn't notice Hamilton was on mediums to start. I thought it was only Yuki. So where did Hamilton start then? He started 5th. Oh no, sorry, he did start soft. Hang on a minute. Hamilton soft, medium, soft. And Yuki did medium. See, it annoys me that they still do this, the AI. They go from a medium to a hard compound. And Yuki didn't stop until, like, lap 10? So why go to a hard? Fine. What happened to Hamilton then? So when did Hamilton pit? So Hamilton pitted on lap 8 to go to the mediums. And then pitted again. Did he have a puncture? Albon had a mechanical failure. I don't get that at all. That's that's a Ferrari strategy. Going soft, medium, soft. Why? Okay, well, you know what? Fine. Let's carry on. Alright, what have we got? Anything else we can do? GeForce training, driver promotional film, aero team building. Let's do... Oh, was that already in? It was. So we've done everything then. Sponsor conference, driver filming. We've done GeForce training. We have... What if we took out... It's going to give us a claim. Let's take that one out, and then we can do a 3-day equipment upgrade instead, and then messages are all good. So we're sitting, it reckons we're sitting comfortably behind Aston Martin at the moment in terms of performance, ahead of Alpine by a little bit and McLaren a little bit more, and then yeah, okay, fine. Cool. Any more R&D that we can do? So we've got wing mirror upgrades. We've also got flat gearbox improved materials. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad shout to improve some of these now, ready for later on in the season when we need new parts and or for next year, providing they stay in line. That's fine. Right, we'll move it along to the Australian Grand Prix then. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to do all of this. I probably need to finish about
okay, we've had the new
2:30ish to
we'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Have some lunch before the qualifying, but that's fine. Alright, well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to pop to the loo quick, and we'll come back and do the average speed zone, and then we'll do as much of the practice and quali of Australia as possible. Depending on time, we'll see how much time we've got, and go from there. All right, we'll be right back. Ooh, okay, back in. So wheels out. Lovely stuff. Right, let's average speed zone. Meow. Oh god. Australia in the wet. Doing an average speed zone. Right, we'll aim for bronze. Anything above that is a plus. Oh, it's floaty. I can't even tell which part of the track I'm on. Okay. Now I know where I am. Jesus. Alright. Let's try that again. Let's go wide. What? I was on the track! Huh? Oh, wait a minute. I know. I bet I was cutting across the track. Can't really see it, though, slow down in the cockpit view. In this car. Fine, so we've got a brake. Yeah, there's the corner. Red line crap out of it. Oh god, we've got to do another corner. Yeah, we do. Jesus, didn't see that. We'll give it another go. Now that I know what I'm trying to do. So I guess I've got to get round that final corner. Right, so this corner doesn't actually matter all that much. Over the top of that curb, foot down. There we go. God, that was awful. That final corner just trying to turn in. Well, we got bronze. Jesus. Right, we get one more go. Let's see what we can do. So in actual fact, we do need to keep speed up high because it's average, isn't it? So turn it in, catch the inside of that corner, maybe. And there we go. Too early there, but it's fine. Get me around the corner. Didn't quite manage to get the time back up. Never mind. We'll take bronze quite happily. Jesus. Oh god, we get another go. Fine. Ah! I thought that was my third go already. Brake later here, I think. Except the car then doesn't turn in, so and then turns around. Cool. Jesus. The marvel of road cars trying to drive like an F1 car. No. Let's just stick with the F1 cars. It's still points. And then points do mean prizes. That's Right, race weekend. Let's see where we can get to. I could always do a mid-session save, I guess, if getting time on time. Let's see. I've not driven around Australia in a while. Of course, we've got quite a few new upgrades on the car, which is good. And it's going to be fine there. Cool. Let's go to track. We'll do do the practice laps, see where we get to. Try and remember braking points on this track. Track acclimatization. Yeah, boom. Let's go straight out. Get through practice. Familiarise with the track, and then get into the race. Let's put this back to the right one. That's our teammate out in front.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well. We're approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
Yeah. Need a bit more brake bars. Stop that back end going out. I do like that in this year's game there is more. Missed that one there. There is more usability around the brake bars because it was pretty much just permanently set to 50 last year. And made very little difference, but oh Christ, missed that one. It's fine, we'll get back more laps to try it. Probably do with not being behind Jackson, to be honest. Never mind. Ooh, missed that. I think we might just get, we'll get base target. But yeah, it is nice that between different tracks we'll get different brake bias requirements, really, even to the point where you can even get certain corners now on tracks merit turning the brake bias up or down slightly, which is good. I know at Silverstone the last two corners tend to turn that from 55 everywhere else on the track to 56. This helps stop the rears locking up. Quite as much. I suspect probably you could do a similar sort of thing here in Australia, actually. In fact, I might do that. Go 57 for this corner and then we'll turn it down. Oh, it does feel. You do. The thing is, the quite cool thing is that you do feel it. Like right then, I could feel the front kind of stepping out, whilst the rear of the car definitely felt more solid at that point, which is cool. like down in time though to get around these points. Meanwhile, these two are still fighting in front of me.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Back up a little bit there. Trying to spot some breaking point markers now.
Okay, you need to come in before you run out of fuel. Pit within 2 laps. Alright, in this lap please, box this lap. When driving with the pit assist disabled, you'll need to be mindful of your speed when entering the pit lane. If you hit the limiter line too fast, you'll pick up a penalty. Watch the on-screen prompts that show your target speed and distance to the limiter line. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
That's why I pitted Mark. So that we don't run out of fuel. Okay. It wasn't horrific. I definitely need to do the other practice programs, I think, just to sort that out. Light rain expected soon, apparently, at my location. Make things interesting for the qualifying at Silverstone if we get a bit more rain further north. Got 2 out of 10. Okay, we've got all the points, so that's fine. Tyre management and race strategy. Let's do a race strategy 1, and then we'll try.
We're going to be logging.
Tyres. See how we go. God, we're still out behind these guys.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Well then, I need people out of my way, really, Mark. Oh, go wide there. He could have backed out. Actually, still quite close behind me. Beat that. Probably need to brake closer to the 18 meter board. 18 meter mark. Not too bad, maybe a bit too much curb, but Come on, Jackson, out the way. Thank you. See, that's what should have happened. Oh, there's marbles everywhere. Oh, whoa. Yeah, wasn't quite paying attention there. Where did it first start going? Yeah, I just drifted across the track. There we go. 50. Probably right for now, but I think come the race, if I'm trying to turn that tight on that corner, I'll probably be in a bit of trouble. God, it feels like that brake marker is a long way out from the corner. Turning earlier. Nah. Really? Okay. Isn't looking again. Come on. Let's start focusing in on the time or something silly like that. Maybe focusing in on the track. It's always easier when there's a car in front of you or you've a car behind you pushing you along and you've got something, a point of reference. Oh, very wide there, let's not do that. Where all the marbles are. Okay, so I think the way we attacked the first corner there was probably okay. The second one took a bit too much, and that is likely going to be where it spins me out in the race. And I'm pushing a bit too hard, or not quite got the angle right. Let's see. Just need to turn in that small bit. I'm not able to hit that apex really. Just yet. A bit better, but took a bit too much apex that time. And this one I broke far too early because I think I chose the wrong brake marker. And then it we did. Australia clearly not one of my tracks. Whoop. So that was the rear end going out. Move the brake bars back a bit. Might be the tyres are feeling a little bit slidey. Yeah. That's what we can do. Not ideal on all this dirty stuff. So use the strip out there, it's not as bad as it used to be. That rumble strip at the side used to be horrendous. What's up? Definitely brake later there, probably a bit harder as well.
Okay, then that's the end of the programme and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it all.
Wow. Ross. We're off into the ramp area here. Hey, Millie. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub for 35 months. Just stopping by to say hi from work. Hope work's going well. Hope you're having a good day so far. Not too manic. Right. So, how are we looking on... How are we looking on tyres? Fireways good. Fuel burn good. 32.53. Right, we'll do our tyre management one, and then I think we'll probably have enough time for this and qualifying, and then we'll and then possibly what I'll do is I'll do the race ahead of the next my team. Perhaps I'll do that later on today after qualifying.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Whoa. Just like that, Jeff. Mark, whoever your name is. Nope. Keep it on the track.
Consistency over a long distance.
Very boring
is
today,
vital
just
in
3
Formula
and a bit
1,
hours to
so
go.
being able to manage tyres and reduce
No
tyre
worries.
wear is a useful skill.
Yeah. I hope you have a good rest of your shift, Millie, and I'll see you when you get home later. Oh, I can't turn. Blooming heck. Let's try it again. I don't know what happened with the Oh, I've gone out on a set of worn mediums. Is that part of the test, or I wonder if I've got no grip. Is it supposed to be that bad? I don't know. Suddenly thinking I haven't really got an awful lot, and they're just spinning up, and they're pretty worn, these. Did I not change tyres over? Wouldn't surprise me. Or maybe that's part of the test. Is it? I think make a bit of time back. Okay, we were briefly in the green on time. Going to the pits.
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
It would definitely help if I was wearing some, yeah, unworn tyres, for sure. I can't imagine that's part of the test. And if it is, it's just cruel. Oh, it's because I've only got the one set of mediums. That's why. Probably should have looked at that before I went out on the mediums. Also recommended for that. Well, that's not smart. That would explain it. Right, well, let's... What else have we got to use then? We've got some softs. And that's it. We've got loads of softs. Okay, well, let's use softs then. Not enough time. Boo. Well, in that case, then, we just do a... Let's just do a flying lap, then. Give us some fast laps on that. Hey, Scottish Born, dad mode today, so leave like no worries at all. Thanks for stopping on by. I hope you're doing well. Can I go out, please? Yeah, flying lap. Let's just see if we can do one flying lap on some softs just to see. It's covered in the back of my car, or is that just a decal? Australian dust.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel.
Bring that round. Why didn't the car turn? I mean, I opened up and I probably accelerated a bit too much, I guess. Put it into hot lap mode. Okay, she doesn't want to turn. Jesus, okay. I need to move the brake bias back down again on the softs. There's just nothing there, Captain. Still nothing there really, but we'll take it. Decent time left to get that right. Turning a little earlier for that. Forward floor used. There we go. Okay. So 122 can probably get into the 121s. If we actually get things picked up proper. Well, let's round off quali.
And with the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again.
Yeah. So Russell's into the
Leclerc,
121s.
and
Where was
that's it. Practice is
Aiden?
officially over.
Right down, but he was only on hard. So that's fine. Let's okay. We'll whiz through practice here. For the other ones, just get those done, and then what we'll do is perhaps we'll see if we can do qualifying. I can probably go to 22, quarter 2 maybe. We'll see. I could always do a mid-session save perhaps, so we can start things off, and then I can finish it off and let you know the outcome of the race next time round. Let's do that one. Then we'll go on to the third race. 70% failure. Blooming heck. Probably means we're not going to get a chance to do anything else, though. Okay, well, we'll have to do it in the next one, or as many as we can. Let's do... Oh, we've got the big points on this one. That's fine. So let's do the low tower. It's fine. Let's get maximum points first. And then what can we get? We can get NG store. NG store. How much does that one need? That's entry recovery. Beat the speed trap. Oh, let's do these then. Let's do here. Should have done the two together, actually. That would have made more sense. Never mind. And then 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's fine. 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, and 5 out of 5. All good. Team Acclaim's coming along nicely. Right, let's do the one-shot quali, and then... yeah, perhaps we'll see about the start of the race. Need a decent lap. Hope you don't need many flashbacks. Awful shifting, the lap thereof, but great parking and changing again. Oh, a little deep. there got thrown by the ghosting. I wonder if we can actually turn that off completely. At the moment. Whoa, back end slid. Wasn't too bad up until that point. Whoop, grass, just like that. Better. I'm going into the wrong gear there. .8, I think that was. Okay, there's definitely pace there to be had if I can actually put it together. 7th, that'll do. I don't feel too bad. I don't think I've raced Australia much in recent months. I've been playing a lot of ranked, which has been quite good fun. Although there are definitely things I would change in around penalties and things like that just don't seem to be particularly consistent. But it's been good fun. But they have like 3 tracks that they give out that you race on each week, and it's been heavily focused around the likes of Austria, Great Britain, and others recently, because those have been the up-and-coming Grand Prix. So those that happened at the early part of the season, I haven't really had that much practice with. Although we did have Bahrain the other week, and that helped for the first race of the season, to be fair. So this could be a real... Right, okay, so Verstappen clear 8/10. But not bad for us, and again, it could be a solid team points. I mean, it certainly feels like we're, the car is doing well within this pack. I could probably do with turning the AI level up a little bit, because I think probably a little closer than I'd expect to be. That's alright, maybe we'll do that for the next race. Again, I think the next race is the horror of horrors that is Baku. Baku is very much a track that I feel like... It feels very much like Jeddah did to me when they first started racing at Jeddah, and when it was introduced to the F1 games. I feel like I'm really close to getting to grips with it and really enjoying that track like I do Jeddah now, but there's still elements of it that are just a little bit meh. Right, let's go to the session. I think I can do the formation lap, and then you can do a mid-session save, and I think I should be able to do a mid-session save once we get going as well, but we'll have to see, because yeah, we've still got half an hour before the qualifying starts. So if I do another 15 minutes, we'll get a couple laps under our belt. And then I need to jump off and grab some food. But yeah, we can see how the start of the race goes. So let's see. Try not to bin it. No flashbacks, if possible. And get points. Simples, eh?
Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen?
You could. I'd have to kill you. No.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get
I mean,
another
finally!
top 10
We've
finish
had
today,
points for the
please.
last 2 races. Cheeky, what's it? I can't remember what they suggested. We'll go 20.8. And I think we'll stick softs to mediums. I want to try and go fast at the beginning, try and make up places if we can. I don't suppose the race director is going to tell me what everyone else is doing. Mediums, got a couple of mediums behind, but yeah, no, that's fine. Let's keep with that then.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can.
I mean, I think when they say learning the gears, right, my assumption is when they say they're learning the gears, is they're just like, I don't know, it's like a system check. Yeah, go into each gear, make sure each gear goes up and down the shift pattern properly, and there's no issues there. It always sounds like they're suggesting, you know, you've never driven before though, right? And you don't know what these gears are, so I would hope before anyone's got that close to a F1 car, they've certainly learnt the bare minimum around gears and pedals and whatnot. See if we can do better getting into our grid spot this time. I think in Bahrain we managed a good. We obviously messed it up in Jeddah. And we'll have to see if we can get good or above here. Oh, look at that purple.
Superb
Beautiful.
parking there, mate. Let's make sure.
Right, got a good feeling. Right, here we are. Mid-session save. We're in purple on the box. Good formation lap start. Let's start the race and see where we get to.
Drivers as the lights go out. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up
don't
now.
cock
Be
it up into
patient.
turn one.
Watch for those lights.
Please. Good launch. Wheel spin from Hamilton. We had a good launch. Oh, Alpha. God damn. I mean, we didn't really have anywhere to go. We were probably being a little bit adventurous. Let's see what it looks like from here. I mean, I felt like I was in a fairly decent spot there, but we kind of got squeezed by Sainz. I don't know how far along we were, whether or not you could say. I mean, it looks pretty horrible from here, doesn't it? Look at that. I tried to back out a little bit, but got clipped by Sainz on the outside, which I guess I'd to be expected, but I couldn't really turn in too early because Hamilton was still there. Let's have a look at it from here. I mean, there was a lot of space on the right, so I guess I probably could have gone there, and Hamilton would have backed out anyway. But then you just get magnetised to the side of the AI cars as well. It's a shame because actually the start, we got away quite well. Hamilton had a bit of a slide in the middle, and then we were alongside. Actually, sorry, it was Russell. Russell there. All right, well let's just what should we do? Oh. Let's go from here. There we go. Oh, Russell, do you mind? Definitely want to try and stay ahead of Perez if we can and catch up to the back of Russell and Sainz. But my God, look at that straight line speed already coming from Perez, and he hasn't even got DRS yet. That was that Red Bull. Yeah, he's going to go for the move. Oh, look at it, he just drives past, nothing. Hamilton as well. God, bit of a sandwich here. Oh! Hamilton had to jump the curb because we kind of squeezed him out, but that's fine. He left the space initially going into the braking zone, but... Oh, turn! Oof. So again, it feels like straight line speed is going to be our
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy.
Achilles
Come
heel
on.
here compared to... Why is that not turning in? Hang on. I'm turning the wheel, but not getting... I don't know if it's because I turned out, I guess, but... Never mind, we'll come back. Better. Whew. Yeah, I'll brake fast on the rear, on the braking. Well, if I'm going to trail brake, I probably need to just brake in a slightly straighter line, get the car slowed down, and then worry about turning. Right, so the guys in front are blisteringly fast. Apparently, though, out with DRS threat from Hamilton behind, which is good. He's now having a fight with Alonso behind him. So a couple of good laps from us just to make a little bit of a gap, and we could sit in quite happily here in P6.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Right, okay, well, Hamilton's the blocker in his little train, and it looks like it might be Russell in this one. So both Mercedes struggling now. How is that exceeding track limits? Well, I can keep it on the track. I might have a chance to catch up to the back of Perez and Sainz potentially. Let's see what we can do. Definitely pulling out a bit of a gap on Hamilton, which is good. No, come on, keep it out of the wall.
Okay,
Let's see where I lost it. Corner's always been a bit of a bane for me. I guess I'm putting the power down a bit too soon.
our gap to the car in front is 3.6 seconds.
Okay, I think I've got a better idea of the turn in for that turn now though, which is good. Definitely braking far too early for this corner though. I'm not getting that right. All that. Nice, come on. They are, the Ferraris and Red Bulls ahead are absolutely driving away with it though. Hamilton definitely struggling behind, he's just not able to pull away from anyone. And yet Russell seemingly holding out.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.6
With
seconds.
the two Ferraris. Whether or not that's set up or just DRS perhaps, I don't know. Ooh, that's not right. Let's take that back. This bit here feels nice. I don't know why I'm just not paying attention. I need to brake a lot earlier. So that you can be coming across the corner. That's far too early, but never mind. There you are, how not to do it in both ways. Too late, too early. One and a half behind to Hamilton. Come on. Not paying attention. Come on, get off the grass.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 7.1 seconds. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards are going to give you a
Yes.
penalty. Be careful.
It's annoying. These socks are definitely...
You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Just be careful.
What? No! Oh. I mean... Retirement due to mechanical failure. I know I turned them on, but I was kind of expecting I'm going to get a warning first.
We're looking at some...
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, I guess at least from that standpoint, we know what happened at the Australian Grand Prix. And I'm not going to need to do that off stream later, but... Well, that sucks. I'd have thought when it had come up saying there's a mechanical failure, it might... I need to ease up. You might think it might give me a little bit more than... I don't know, 100 meters of warning to ease up, right? I don't know, does that mean I've lost the whole gearbox now already? Because that's going to suck.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible
God dang
driving.
it.
There's been a huge push from them.
Right, so it looks like Russell got onto the podium. So Russell clearly had a good race fending off the Ferraris. Guess we'll have to see
So let's
what the
review
standings.
driver's
Let's see.
stats.
Yeah,
Max
Crumbs, right.
Verstappen
Russell
should be
did
pleased with
good
his
job. So
performance, making gains at the
yeah,
top
Russell
of the table.
managed to get past
So
Leclerc
then
and
Bingham.
hold
Who
off
would
Sainz
you rank
behind,
as your
and
driver
Hamilton
of the day?
eventually managed to drive away from Norris behind him.
Weave through the other drivers
But at least
today
Aiden
without
got a
care in the
point.
world.
Sorry, 4
Definitely
points in
my
fact.
driver of choice.
In
It's
8,
time to see
so
how
that's
things
good.
are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. And pulling
Oh,
further ahead in the
damn.
standings, it's Red Bull.
And I'm the only
It's been an absolutely
DNF as
wild
well.
weekend of
Son of a
Formula
gun.
One action. I can't wait to
That's
see
sod's
what's
law. Right,
next.
so what does that do to the standings? Oh, right, it brings Aiden right up behind us. 7th and 8th in the drivers. And then what does it do for the constructors? Oh, okay, cool. So actually, it does pick us up above Aston Martin, so that's still good. So well done, Aiden, for getting the points. Unfortunately, Mercedes kind of drifting away from us a bit now, so it's going to be a fight with Aston Martin now, I think, really trying to keep them behind and make sure that we gain points throughout the season. You never know, we might get lucky later on in the season if we don't end up with some gearbox issues or something. What did the pit stops look like? Does it want to tell me? No. Cool. It's fine. We don't need to know pit stops. What did Aiden do? He did softs to mediums as well. So actually, again, not being funny, but even in the game, Ferrari are trying to screw over Charles. Mediums to hards. Why? That's the Ferrari pit wall madness for you. But Ocon did it as well, which just doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't track. That's not a valid strategy. It shouldn't be a valid strategy. Again, difficult to know without seeing the pit stops. If they were coming in at like maybe lap 3 or 4, I can understand, but it's only a 20-lap race. All right, well we'll carry on, and then we can just do a proper save and see what the chaps at the factory say about this. And we're going to lose a load of acclaim for it. Excellent. At least we get our cash prize. Blumenek. Oh well, it is. I mean, I was umming and ahhing about turning that setting on when I set up this My Team career mode. So that's sod's law, isn't it? One of the upgrades we got is improved reliability on the gearbox. So what was it? Fortunately, the team managed to identify the cause issue and has provided some useful insight. Okay, so we get some R&D, but what is it? It is the gearbox. So it's gone straight to 8 Gs. So it's quite a considerable failure. Great. A gearbox after 3 races. So I tell you what, we'll use that gearbox then, I guess, for practice sessions, and then switch to the new one at the start of qualifying of the next race. Oh, we've got a sprint qualifying, have we? Is that next up? Azerbaijan's not the sprint, is it? Or was it? I can't remember. It must be. Yes, because it's practice 1, then qualifying, practice 2, race. Oof. So for the sprint, because there's no mandatory pit stop requirement in a sprint race, I don't think, is there? So interesting for the race they're putting, regardless of tire options, they're saying mediums and hards are the strategies to go for. We'll keep it balanced, I think. Blumenek, right. Well, at least we know mechanical failures can happen to anyone at the best of times. So, with that in mind, be wary. But we will call things to an end there. Thanks everyone for tuning on in. Hope you've enjoyed the racing today, and thanks for tuning on in with me. We'll be back hopefully next weekend to do some more My Team. It'll be Baku, which looks like actually could be quite good fun. We'll have both a sprint race and a sprint race and a feature race to go through, which will be good fun. And we'll see what we can do from there. Again, Baku's not my strongest race, but you never know. We'll see what happens. It can't be worse than Australia, right? Oh, well, I mean, I guess it can. We can go out lap 1, but we'll see what happens. But right, thanks everyone again for tuning on in. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and hopefully see you again real soon. Ciao for now.